What's going on, guys? I'm back doing another video, and we're going to be building an escape room. Now, I don't know if this is going to be multi-part because, well, we'll see how big I decide to make it. I honestly don't know. The only thing I know I want to do is some sort of a cave. Now, I think the plan is I'm going to do most of the, like, structure of it, and then all the puzzles and stuff I probably will do off recording. And then I'll make a separate video of someone trying to solve this. I'll choose some random person. We'll see who it ends up being. But, yeah, I do think this is a good idea. Thank you to the person who suggested this to me. I actually might have him do it, because that would be really cool. Because I know I want to make it functional. I don't know any of the puzzle ideas, though, and I think I'm going to build around the puzzles and probably explain a general understanding of what I want the concept to be. And I'll probably talk to him as well about it and say, hey, you know, if you don't want to watch the video for spoilers or whatever, then, you know, that's up to you. But, yeah, so I want to make a mineshaft slash cave theme, as I mentioned. I don't really know what to start with, though. I think I'm going to start with, like, the cave part of it. So I want to make this fairly detailed, like, you can start, like, mixing blocks. I never do stuff like this. Like, I'll never, like, let me make a decent sized spot. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Something like this. I never really texture these types of things, but I think this is going to be textured. Just because I want to make something that is, like, realistic looking and that, like, is actually appealing. I might actually change the floor, because I don't know if I like the coarse dirt. Because the walls are going to be stone, so I want a kind of stony block. But I don't want it to be stone. So, like, maybe I go with a gravel mixed with andesite, maybe? Gravel mixed with andesite mixed with... Could I get some tuff in there, maybe? And maybe even a little bit of stone? Okay, so I have that. I want to get another color in there that's kind of like the tuff, though. Because the tuff adds a texture, but I need that texture to have another color that fits with it. Or I just remove it entirely. I either make it a big feature or I don't add it at all, because it doesn't... When you're working with multiple shades of the same color, you have to make sure that those shades, like that's arguably better. Because you'd rather have... If you have, like, multiple shades, if they're super close, it doesn't matter, because they're gonna blend in. But if it's different like this, you need to make sure that it's predominant, like it's kind of a dominant feature. Just so it doesn't look like some weird smear of something. I think that's good to start. And then, I actually went to an escape room fairly recently, which was a mineshaft theme. So I probably won't go fully to the mineshaft. Well, I might. I don't know. We'll see. I might have, like, different, like a waterfall even or something. I don't know. I'm definitely not going to use the exact same puzzles, though, because that'd be kind of boring. But, yeah. You gotta start in something. Maybe, like, I don't know, some little, like, mining shack. I think that'd be interesting. And then that will be the front of it. I think that's a good idea. Have a shack sticking out the front of it. And then that's the shack that you obviously go in to do the puzzles and everything. I think I'm gonna use tinted glass. So I can have some windows, but so it doesn't really make much of a difference. Although the door will kind of shine through. I'm actually gonna make the floor oak inside of it. But yeah, I do like the idea of having little something. And I think the floor in here will be like a mossy cobble mixed with a normal cobble. I want to make the walls oak. I didn't want to use oak because oak is kind of a weird block. Well, it's not a weird block. It's just it isn't always the best. Would that be too small? No, I think that's good. And then I will incorporate this somehow into the actual escape room. The only problem is the light from the door. I should have made it a block higher, come to think of it. so you have to step down. I don't know why, but I like the idea of that. I guess I'll just leave it flat. Nah, I mean, I can push it up. Ah, it's not too much of a hassle. I might as well. And then that will probably be a slab. Alright, so I guess plan is a floor outside. Or what if I... And then I had a little, like, stair. And then I still add an elevated ground. But then that just adds a little extra touch to the build. And then I will add log pillars on the sides. Just to kind of add that extra texture, which is good. I think that's good. I don't like the flat windows, but there's not a ton I can do about that. Since it's either flat windows or no windows. And I might actually make another room, like here. And then that room will be the, we'll just block out all the light and such, so you do not have to deal with that inside of the build. I think that's gonna be the plan, and then, let me block pick that. I broke stuff that I didn't want to break. That's way too liney, which isn't even a word, but whatever. Yeah. I think this is different than what I was talking about earlier with the other color, because it's more of like an overgrown, so you have to make it look like it is kind of viney and going everywhere. Like, I think here I'm gonna add a mossy slab. And then, yeah, I think that's good. Again, I don't normally go with stuff this detailed, but I want to make something different. Something that kind of pops a little bit more. And I think this is my best bet. Or something that, like, I can look at and say, yeah, I'm proud of that. And then I'll add stuff in here later. I'm gonna add a roof on this, actually. Maybe, like... Would nether brick and dark oak go good together? I just used this recently. What if I added in deep slate? That wouldn't probably work. Yeah, that's way too gray. I mean, I could add that as like a trim. And then I'll probably add a mixed roof. Just again for that extra little detail. Something especially when you're building anything involving caves or natural structures, you have to look at the detail a lot more. All the little things really start to matter once you're building natural structures. And I think that's kind of like why I'm going so, okay, yeah, I need to make this look better. Because it's, again, because it's like, it's something natural and it's something that, you know, you want to look at and you want it to actually look like mossy or detailed or like kind of have like a gradient to it. And yeah, I don't normally build like this. This isn't usually something that I like look at a build and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna add a gradient to that. No, I don't normally do that. Like, let me just add like a little bit of nether brick in here. Let me make sure it doesn't look bad. Like, that looks like wear almost on the roof. Which is kind of what you want. That doesn't actually look bad. I'm enjoying that. Some of this isn't going to be seen, because the cave will probably cover it up. I'm going to make this dark out, because I want a full line there. And then, like, maybe I add a line of deep slate there, and then make these full blocks. Yeah, it's a nice little shack. And then I'll probably build a sign somewhere later about that. But yeah, I think that's a good first step. Still 23 minutes left, so we've got a good amount of time. I think I'm gonna extend this to the side a little bit with some of our lovely blocks. I think I'll extend it by 2. Yeah, that looks good. The only thing I'm not liking is the tuff, because it looks very grainy. Well, I guess the gravel is literally grainy, but it just, I don't know, it has a weird look to it. I'm not sure that I like in the scheme of the build. And then that's, you're not going to see that probably. The roof should be lower than that. No, I should make it taller. I don't know, I'm going to figure that part out in a sec here, but I think I want to start building walls. So the walls are going to be mainly stone. Usually, like, what I would do with this, again, I'm not a natural builder, so maybe don't listen to me fully, but, like, kind of figure out the shape that you want. Like, this side is going to come out a little bit further. And then probably have a little curl in that way, and that might be where the exit is, or I'll put it on that side. But I don't know. Shape is kind of a big thing as well, especially for something like this. Is that... That's not a bad shape, because it's not, like, too perfect, either. And I might actually leave that oak log inside, so you can see that. I think that'd be a nice little touch. And then the roof will be, probably gone for that part. And then I'll add a little bit of a divot out, I think, here. Yeah, and then something will be here. Like, maybe I'll add a chest or something. Or some dynamite. You don't really want, like, straight lines of blocks. That's kind of what I'm trying to avoid here. Except for, like, the tuff when it kind of, like, spreads out. Like, sometimes, like, the little lines are fine. And especially for the gravel, since I'm trying to make that the main block. And then, like, maybe I'll try and curl this corner a little bit here. And then... something like this. And that's gonna be generally straight. Yeah, that works. It's kind of a weird shape, but I guess that is part of the equation that you want. And then I wouldn't make it like all the same, so like maybe here it goes, or at least for 2 blocks, so you can't jump on any of the walls unless you're gonna use slabs, which is also a good possibility. And then yeah, cause that's another thing, since that kind of is like different. Although I would add like maybe that. I don't know. And then maybe here it'll kind of start that outward shape, and it doesn't have to follow it. If you're building along, then I guess this is kind of helpful stuff. But like, you never want to follow a pattern, especially on something as natural as this. Like something like that, I think is good. Yeah, that's fine. And then I think it comes back in. It actually does that on both sides. Will actually, just because of the way that this is, I am going to kind of perk it out a little bit. Just so it's not, like, creating too much of a weird look. And I think here will be straight, and then it'll probably come in, and then follow this, and I think there it can come in and go all the way across. Yeah, and then I will slab this off. I know this does look a little bit goofy, but that is fine. And then I guess for this, if you wanted to trace the outside first, you could. just so we have, or just so you have like the middle that you can just fill in. But I'm gonna do the outside first, and then or the outside row, and then I'll trace the inner row. And then I'll probably curl, and then go directly on top of this wall. And then we'll curl into that. And then, since you have this little gap here, you can fill this in. And I think I might cut out the rest of this part. Just so I don't bore you too much with a lot of block placing. So yeah, then I just have the roof to do, as you can see, that looks okay. And then I'll come back, and the next step we will do is ideally slabs and stairs, and then I'll work on detail. Or maybe I'll do detail first, and then add the stairs and slabs, because then I know what I want to make a slab and a stair. Because then worst case, you figure, because I just like to spam break, and then make that my pattern. Because if I do that, then we have a different issue. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I shall be back once this part is done. Alright, so I've started the detailing a little bit. As you can see, there's a bunch of andesite everywhere. I didn't actually add much over here, so let me just, that's way too much. I'll probably add like that, and then put stone back here. I don't remember how it was. Was it like that? I guess it was like that. No. Yeah, that works. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do it probably, I don't know. I'll add dripstone and stuff as well, at least ideally. But I kind of wanted to start with some gray blocks. Is there any other gray block that I could use? I don't know. I mean, I could add a little bit of cobblestone, but I feel like that would work more for the floor. Like, yeah. Maybe a few bits on the wall. Just to act as some rocks. I think this is a good spot for it, this whole setup. Yeah, cobble works good with this, I think. Not in a huge quantity, but if you add just enough, I think it works. And then I broke an andesite, oh well. I'm actually gonna make that whole thing cobble. Just to kind of look like part of the wall. Alright, and then I think now I'm gonna stair and slab it all. So, I guess I'll just get out the 3 slab variants and also 3 stair variants. And then I will just block pick the 3 blocks. Just in case I don't like any of the details. Like there, maybe cobblestone, put I think an andesite behind it, sure. Here's probably a good spot for some slabs. Yeah, that looks good. I definitely like that. Slab here, there. Some in the roof. It's kind of just trying to make it look as natural as you can. Try and like anything that looks a little bit blocky, I would definitely add a slab over. Like, see how much better that looks compared to that. Like, that's kind of why I like using the stairs and stuff so much. Stairs and slabs, because it adds so much detail. Like, you don't really think about it. It doesn't look like a ton, but it really adds like a lot of detail. Like, look at how much better that looks already, and I'm not even like, I'm not done. It's just those little divots, those little half blocks. It makes such a difference for a build like this. I guess I'll make that stone. I meant to make that stair stone as well. And then maybe like turn, maybe put a slab on there. Yeah, and I might actually add like a little cobblestone rock thing here. Just to kind of make it look like this build has become part of the terrain. Yeah, I actually really like that, because it's kind of like just blending in the build with the terrain, which is kind of what you want to do. You kind of want to make the build, because if you have a building and you have a bunch of like stuff around it, you want to make it look like the build was actually like, it's actually like grown into the terrain almost. Like, yeah, that's perfect. Obviously, like, it is slanted, but I think that makes it all the better, because it just looks like the cave is kind of formed around it, or the house was built around the cave. Actually, probably fill some of this part in on the inside. They don't have cracked nether brick stairs, do they? They should add those. Because I was like... Whoops. There we go. It's, like, the little details, I think, are what count. Do I want to add a hanging soul lantern in here? I think that'd be pretty cool. That wall's way too blank. I'll add something later. I don't want to worry about that right now. But, yeah, I do really like this cave, though. I'm very happy with that. I think I'm gonna add like a mine shaft thing right here. Will that fit? What if I made it slanted? That's a thought. Because then I can have it like... I actually kind of like that, because it looks like it's falling a little bit. Which is, I guess, what we want for the at least scheme of this. And then I'll add probably some wooden crates, aka barrels, in here, just kind of stacked up, facing all different directions. Sure, I like that. I'm gonna have this one facing towards that. Yeah, I like that. Add a little bit of diversity with the different directions, and also, I could use that for a puzzle, you never know. I want to add as many things that you think could be used for a puzzle. Just to kind of, like, add to that thought that, oh wait, what is this thing for? And etc. I might add a trapdoor somewhere, an iron one. Like, in the wall here. For example, I think I have to put it this way. And then if I put, let's turn dust right here. And if I were to power it. Good, that does do that, okay. And I'm actually gonna hold that off for now. So, yeah. I'm kind of showing you, like, what the puzzles could be and where they could be, but I'm not showing you, I'm not gonna show you, like, how they're done. At least that's the plan. We got, like, a little pipe right there. Might not be used for anything. Maybe something here? Maybe? Yeah, and this might be the exit here. We pull like these 2 blocks. And then if I were to do it like... we're gonna do 1. And then pull this block here up. I think that'd be fairly easy. Because then, like, you can't tell there's a door here. Because then it'd just be this block goes down, that block goes up. And then, yeah, that'd be a walkway. I think that's the best bet. Or what if I wanted to actually show the wall? Yeah, I really like that. Because then you can see that, oh, well, the house is built in here. That's what this wooden pole is for. But it's not like super noticeable. Just small details are really what I'm trying to work on here. And then I don't really know if this section needs any cobble. Maybe right there, a block. Sure, just a little bit of detail on it. Yeah, that doesn't look suspicious at all. Considering you have that, and that. Just trying to, just make it all look similar. But, yeah. And then, I think I'll probably make a second episode. And, work with, like, more of the detail aspect. Or, more, well, I guess there's a lot of detail in this part. I need to change that to a cobblestone slab. That's really annoying me for some reason. Much better. But yeah, I think I'll probably make a second episode, and for that we're going to work on some background mechanics as well as more detailing and adding to this. Like, I might want to add a second room, you never know. But, yeah, I think I'm going to end the video here. Let me know your thoughts on this. I'm going to get a thumbnail shot. Hang on, I'm actually going to turn off my, cursor and stuff for this. I don't normally do that on the recording, but, yeah, the bubbles are in the way. But, yeah, I guess let me know your thoughts on this. If you have any ideas for any puzzles, feel free to leave those in the comments as well, because, my brain isn't the best with those. I think I'll leave it as a sub, whatever. I was gonna change it to a stair. But yeah, I think that's what. So if you guys did enjoy this video, that looks kind of goofy from the outside. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.